Welcome back to Glitch Reality. This is episode 3 of season 1. I hope you're enjoying it so far. And without further ado, let's begin the show. Reality is fragile. Layers of code, history and perception stitched together. But what happens when the seams split? When forgotten signals resurface and the familiar becomes something else entirely. Welcome to Glitch Reality, where every story is a distortion, a crack in the system, a glimpse into what was never meant to be seen. Because sometimes the glitch is true. Today's story, it all starts a crack in the floorboards, a tiny gap in the foundation, but something whispers in the dark. But the house was never broken. It was hungry. And now, it's open. And is looking for more mouths. This story is The Pit in the Basement. I don't know when it appeared. Maybe it was always there, waiting for me to notice. But one morning, I went down to the basement, and it was there. A hole, 6 feet wide, perfectly round, but black and absolute in its existence. I stood at the edge and held my breath. It didn't smell like dirt. It didn't smell like anything. Just cold air rolling out, like something exhaling from below. So I dropped a penny in. It should have made a sound, should have clanked against the stone, or something. But there was nothing. Just silence, as if it never existed. I told myself, it was a sinkhole, a natural occurrence, some flaw in the foundation. But that night I dreamt of falling. And when I woke up, there was dirt under my fingernails. It wasn't a sinkhole. It was waiting for me. I tried. I really did try to ignore it, pretend it was nothing. But the thing about that hole is, the thing about any hole is, it's really hard to look away from. It was always there, beneath me, like it was pulling at the edges of my mind. Just waiting. 3 days passed before I went back down. I didn't plan to. My feet, they kind of just led me. Like gravity had shifted, and the pit was now the center of everything. It was deeper now. Much deeper. I could feel it. There was this cold, wet air leaking out. It was just still down there. It was active. Breathing. Slow. Heavy. Like something sleeping miles down. Dreaming of teeth. I told myself it was just the house settling. Or pipes. Something normal. But then the lights. They started to flicker. I was left in darkness, but I could still feel it. A pressure in the air pushing against my skin. Then my ears, they started to ring with high-pitched like feedback. But underneath the feedback, I could hear this whispering. I bolted back upstairs, slammed the basement door shut behind me. But that night, when I tried to sleep, I heard it again. The breathing. But it wasn't beneath me anymore. The breathing, it was right outside. Outside my bedroom door. I didn't open it. I couldn't. I didn't have to. But then I heard its whispers. Feed me. Feed me. Feed me. I stopped leaving the house. Not that I planned it. Days just blurred. Time felt thinner now, like the hours stretched longer in the darkness. I covered the basement floor with some furniture and nailed the door shut. But the house still felt it. The walls were damp, the floorboards sagged beneath my feet. Something heavy was shifting below, and the air, it smelled sweet, almost like rotting fruit, or meat that had been left out too long. I could hear it sometimes, like it was still calling me, but softer now, coaxing me, feed me. I didn't want to, I swear I didn't. But then, I found this stray cat. It was a thin, scraggy looking thing. Looked half dead already. I didn't even think. I just picked it up. It took it. No splash, no fall. Just gone. But then this pit made the sound. Like a sigh. Like it was content. But then, that's when I noticed my hands. The skin was now paler, veins darkening blue and black, like ink seeping through paper, and my teeth, they felt loose. Not like I was sick, no, but like they didn't belong there anymore. I kept running my fingernails across my teeth, but then they started falling out. But I couldn't stop. I found roadkill, rats, anything I could drag inside. And the more I fed it, the more I changed. My skin started thinning. Fingers felt too long, and my jaw. It was like my whole face was loosening. One morning, I coughed up something. I thought it was blood. I thought it was a tooth. It wasn't blood. It was a tooth. It was still warm. I think it's feeding me too. But not the way I thought. It's emptying me out. It's making me hollow. Because it's making room for something else. I stopped eating. I couldn't. Everything tasted weird, wrong, like dust and ash. But I wasn't getting any thinner. I was just emptying. Then the house started changing. It was small at first. Floorboards stretched underneath my foot, walls damp to the touch. But then the basement door, it wasn't where I left it. It was further down the hall. The furniture I stacked, gone. Like the house was rearranging itself, making it easier for me to come back. I told myself I wouldn't go down there again, but the dreams, my God, the dreams! I saw the pit, but it wasn't just a hole. It had teeth, long, jagged, spiraling inwards, like the throat of some ancient thing that had forgotten how to die. When I woke up, my fingernails, they were gone. Not broken, not torn, just peeled off. Like my body didn't need them anymore. They had just gone. So that day I wrapped my hands in towels. I tried to ignore it. But then the walls, they started to breathe. In and out. Slow. But heavy. Like the house wasn't around me anymore. The house was wearing me. Like skin. So it makes me wonder, am I the pit? Or is the pit bigger now? Has it grown? What is going on? I opened the basement door. Don't ask me why. I don't know. The door's down there. The door and the walls. Everything seemed to be pulsing. Veins running through the concrete. I swear to God, I saw something move in the dark. Not crawling, swimming in the dark of that house. Like the house was just a shell floating over something much, much deeper. My teeth had all gone now. And my skin. I could see through it. Veins as black as tar. My muscles twitched on their own. But I'm not scared anymore. I think it's almost ready. And so am I. I don't know how long it's been now. Days, weeks, month. It all feels the same. Time doesn't work right here anymore. The house is different now. I was wrong. It's not rotting. It's growing. The walls pulse when I walk by. The floor sticks to my feet, warm like blood. And that pit, that hole, it's not just in the basement anymore. It's everywhere. My God, it's everywhere. I woke up this morning with something in my mouth. Not food, not dirt, skin. My own skin. I think I chewed through my cheek in my sleep. Right through it. I didn't feel the pain. Just this hollow space. Growing wider and wider. My jaw's now unhinged. I can open it wider than I should. Like the pit is now inside me too. Like it's been building me into something that can hold it. I caught my reflection that day. What was left of it? My eyes, gone. Just black pits now, sagging deep into my skull. But I can see more than I ever could before. I see the house veins throbbing through the walls. I see the pit stretching down and down, past soil, past stone, into something older. Something waiting. I thought the house was feeding off me. But it's not. The house has been feeding me. Preparing me. Turning me into a vessel. A mouth big enough for what's coming through. My skin, so thin now. I can feel it's pressuring against me from the inside. My fingers curling up through my ribs. And it's hungry. So am I. A growl echoed from that pit. I can even hear it in my head now. It's ready. And I'm hollow enough now. I can't feel my skin anymore. It's hanging in strips, damp, heavy, slowing off like old bark. But I'm still here. Somewhere inside this house doesn't look like a house now. The walls are soft, veined, breathing in shallow glass. The pit, not just in my basement anymore. It's everywhere. A hollow throat, split wide, waiting for something to come through. I really did try to leave. But my front door was gone. Just bone where the frame used to be, ribs curling upwards, slick with something black. When I touched them, they moved. Bent inward, like they wanted me to go deeper. I followed them downstairs, if you can even call them that now. They stretched on forever. The walls pulsed. I swear, I heard heartbeats. Mine, but slower. Deeper. Like it wasn't pumping blood anymore. It was pumping something else. At the bottom, there it was. The thing that had been calling me. It wasn't just in the pit. It was the pit. Vast. Endless. More after more, spiraling down, teeth slickened with old blood. Eyes, dozen, blind but twitching, like they still felt me. Waiting. Hungry. But then I understood. I really did understand. It wasn't meant to be fed. I was meant to become. A new mouth, another hollow space for it to pour through. My jaw was the first thing to split. Not broken, peeled. The skin hung ribbons as my teeth pushed out, new ones growing in, longer, curved, perfect for tearing. My hands, fingers webbed with black, skewy stuff, split at the knuckles, blooming into something wider, more useful. And then I felt it. The pit. The pit was inside me. Not below, not outside, but me. It had been eating through me this whole time, turning me into a door, a throat. And it was ready to come through. I am the hollow. I am the gate. The hunger has found its tongue. I can feel it moving through me now. Stretching out, looking for more mouths. More rooms to fill. More skin to hollow. It's hungry. It's very hungry. And you should leave. Before it notices you. You've been listening, haven't you? It knows you. It's heard you. And now it's coming for you. Right guys, thank you very much for tuning in. That was The Pit in the Basement. What a creepy story about a hole. I hope you enjoy. These are all my own personal stories right now, but I am turning episode 15 into a user submitted episode. So if you want to put a story towards that, please send it into the email address below and I'll read it out for episode 15. I'm looking to do a bit of a longer episode as well, so even if it's a bit of a short story, it can combine with others and it'll be amazing. Thank you very much. Thank you for tuning into this episode of Glitch Reality. If you found yourself lost in the darkness, please do be sure to subscribe, leave a review and share the glitch with others. Every follow helps us to keep the stories flowing. And trust me, they're only going to get stranger from here. Until next time, keep your eyes on the glitch, because sometimes the glitch is truth. I've been Kieran. Thank you very much.